Thanks so much for all the engagement on my scam video that I posted yesterday. I wanted to do a video response because there is a lot to cover on this topic, and I think it's a super important topic, so I'm really glad to keep the conversation going. This has to be a quick video because I'm on my way to the Satoshi Roundtable, but I will do other follow-up videos later. But to start off with, I wanted to look at the actual definition of scam, because a lot of people were commenting in the thread and giving examples of projects that just don't fit the definition of scam. If I'm incorrect here, then I would love to hear specific instances of how they do fit this definition. So let's look at the definition of scam. To cheat someone and defraud them, to knowingly engage in deceptive practices, to deliberately defraud someone. This is a very specific definition. The word scam carries a lot of weight and has legal repercussions. People, however, continue to use this word to refer to projects that they simply don't like. Someone responded in my Twitter thread and said they would like me to name 5 companies that I think are not scams, and they dared me to keep that tweet around in a year's time. Is this because they think that any project that isn't around in a year is a scam? Because that's not the definition of scam. 90% of all startups fail. That doesn't mean that 90% of all startups are scams. There are a lot of reasons for a project to fail. Maybe it was a shitty project. Maybe it was before its time. Maybe it had a terrible management team. But to scam someone means to deliberately defraud them, to deliberately deceive them, to mislead them, to cheat them. There are so many projects out there that are not going to be around in a year's time, but are also not deliberately defrauding people or cheating them. So because people asked, here are some examples of what I think are scams and not scams. Dogecoin, not a scam. Also a really shitty project, but they're not defrauding people, they're not deliberately misleading people. It's just a dumb project. It was literally created as a joke. Still not a scam. Monero, probably not a scam. I don't think they're deliberately misleading people, deliberately defrauding people, trying to cheat people. But Monero is not Bitcoin. It's what's considered to be an altcoin. And by some people's definition, this automatically makes it a scam in their eyes. This is not the definition of scam. Grin, probably not a scam. Seems like a pretty cool, innovative project. Will it be around in a year? I have no idea, but I'm still really excited to see competition in the marketplace and different projects and ideas being experimented with. It doesn't mean that they're scams. What about an example of an actual scam? We'll look at something like Neon Bee. So around 2014, there was a project, seems pretty cool. They had some cool animated videos run by a guy called Danny Brewster. A lot of people invested money. Then this guy disappeared for years. The project never came to fruition and everyone's money was gone. Yeah, I'd call that a scam. Now, we can talk about the shortcomings of a lot of projects out there. We can talk about how the tech just doesn't hold up. We can talk about how we don't think there's any sort of longevity there, how the development team is terrible, how we just don't think it's going to go anywhere. Let's please discuss these shitty projects and let people know that it's probably not worth their investment. Let's not call them a scam unless they're actually defrauding people, deliberately misleading them, and actually fit the definition of scam. I have to head off now, so this was just a quick video, but I'm happy to keep this conversation going. As I said, I think it's a really important topic, and I think we do need to talk about how the word scam has kind of become this new witch hunt, where we just use the word to throw against any project that we don't like. There is a big difference between a project that you just don't like and a project that is actually scamming people. So let's actually pay attention to that definition and use language very specifically, because language has power. Thanks so much for watching. Before you go, please subscribe and hit the like button. And a huge thank you to all of my supporters on bitbacker.io and Patreon. If you haven't checked out Bitbacker yet, please do. It's kind of like Patreon for crypto. And a final huge thank you to the sponsors of the show for making these videos possible.